Whether you are still working on your education or already in the workforce, your professors and superiors are taking note of how you communicate with those around you, including communication with your peers, coworkers, customers, upper management, or anybody that you may come into contact with in your place of work. Communicating effectively with others on the job seems to be increasing in importance to employers who are recruiting recent graduates. In this presentation, I'll discuss why exactly excellent communication skills is constantly topping the list in most studies of the skills employers seek in recent college graduates, and why it's ranked higher than other important skills such as computer skills or proficiency in a specific field of study. First and foremost, what does it actually mean to say that somebody has excellent communication skills? This could mean something different to different people depending on who you ask, but the idea of excellent communication skills that most likely everybody could agree on would simply be that you succeed in talking to and interacting with the people around you, to put the idea into basic terms. Most importantly, I believe that communicating effectively ultimately means that you're able to get your point across successfully, that you're able to adapt and relate to those that you're talking to, and that you're being open, honest, and straightforward when communicating with others. There are even different aspects of communication itself. Our textbook, Thinking Communication, notes that, and I quote, "Communication skills are the tools or techniques that you use to collaborate with a colleague, prepare a meeting agenda, and speak loudly enough to be heard by a large audience." Thus, there are many aspects that come together to succeed in communicating effectively. Using strong communication skills may come easier to some people than to others, but luckily it can be a learned skill that you can gradually improve on over time with the correct feedback and by working deliberately towards improvement. Communicating with different groups of people in various types of settings is a great way to start figuring out what any problem areas may be and refining and enhancing those skills in future interactions. I mention this because having the ability to communicate effectively is a major skill set that employers are drawn to when hiring recent college graduates. Specifically speaking, I feel that there are certain communication skills that truly cannot be taught in the workplace and that potential job candidates should possess in order to be qualified for most jobs. For example, resolving interpersonal conflict is a situation that is bound to arise in any workplace at one point or another. Constructive conflict will be beneficial in the workplace and will allow for the most effective conflict resolution. Our textbook, Thinking Communication, gives a great description which states, in contrast, constructive conflict occurs when you express disagreement in a way that respects others' perspectives and promotes problem solving. Constructive conflict can turn a potential hostile conflict into a learning situation while resolving any issues at hand. Another important communication skill that I believe is necessary for recent college graduates to exemplify is listening. Listening is a huge part of communication and can be overlooked at times. Listening seems like a simple activity that does not require much skill, and that attitude can be detrimental when you're a new college graduate in the workplace. Employers are not going to want to feel that they constantly have to repeat themselves and make sure that they're getting their point across. Being able to actively listen to what you're being told will prevent you from coming across as if you don't care or that you're not equipped to handle what the job is requiring of you. An informative article from Fremont College titled "Top 10 Tips for Effective Workplace Communication" also listed listening as a top skill, and they stated, "To learn how to listen well, paraphrase what was said to show that you are listening and to verify accuracy. This will reduce the likelihood of conflict and will help you to become a more effective communicator." This statement brings home the idea that listening is an essential workplace skill and can prevent potential conflicts and save time in the long run. In closing, having the ability to communicate effectively with people you cross paths with in the workplace on a day-to-day basis is proving to be a determining factor in employers' selection of new hires. Communication skills are oftentimes seen as more important than other skills such as computer skills or proficiency in a field of study. That truly confirms how essential it is for recent college grads to work on enhancing those skills, including conflict resolution and listening, just to cite a few specific examples that we discussed. Certain on-the-job skills can be picked up over time and with a little practice while learning a new job. However, exemplifying excellent communication skills is a strength that employers want to see before you even begin a new job to prove that you have the capability and competence to perform well in the workforce.